Alright, lovely listeners, today we're diving headfirst into a fascinating topic, the 5 hindrances and their removal in Vipassanā practice. Now, if you've ever tried to meditate and found yourself drifting off into thoughts of what to have for dinner, or perhaps that email you forgot to send, you're not alone. These distractions fall right into what we call the 5 hindrances, these mental roadblocks that stomp on our concentration and insight.
That sounds so relatable. Why is it that our minds get so fixated on food or, say, things that we find pleasurable instead of, focusing on our breath? It's kind of wild when you think about it.
Exactly. It's intriguing how our minds work. It's all about the impermanence of those pleasures. When you start to reflect on how these cravings are temporary, it helps to ground you back in your meditation. Like looking at a beautiful sunset. It's stunning, but it fades away, right?
I totally see what you mean. It's kinda like those times when I'm enjoying a favorite song and then, poof, it ends. Why do we let these thoughts distract us so easily?
Now, the second hindrance is ill will, which manifests as anger or resentment, kind of like carrying a heavy backpack of bitterness with you everywhere. You have to let that go. So, how do you do it? Loving kindness meditation is fantastic, where you actively wish well for others, even those you might not be too fond of.
Ooh, that's interesting. So it's about changing your own perspective? I wonder if it's like how they say holding on to anger is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Is that kinda what you're getting at?
Absolutely, you've hit the nail on the head there. By understanding that everyone is conditioned by their experiences, we can begin to soften our hearts. It's similar to letting go of carrying that heavy backpack full of rocks. It just brings you down.
Yeah, and imagine the freedom after releasing all those rocks. So how quickly can we start feeling that weight lift?
Next up, we have sloth and torpor which can be a tough cookie to crack. Imagine your mind is wrapped in a thick fog. To overcome this, shifting your posture is a great start. It's like trying to wake up after a long night's sleep.
Yes, I feel that. Sometimes I sit down to meditate, and it feels like I've run a marathon, almost like a mental sluggishness. So, just moving around a bit could help with that.
Definitely. It's about shaking things up, just like getting up to grab a coffee when you're feeling drowsy. It gets your energy flowing.
Imagine if you could sip on a mental espresso. So what other techniques could we use when the fog rolls in?
Then we have restlessness and remorse which is all about that continuous buzzing in your mind or just replaying past mistakes. It's akin to trying to juggle while riding a unicycle, difficult and a bit overwhelming.
Right. How do you even start that? It sounds a bit like trying to keep a balloon from floating away, just so much to manage.
Yes, precisely. Just concentrate on your breath or a mantra, something simple to tether your thoughts. Think of it like using a tether to keep that balloon grounded. It's a game changer.
Wow, so it's like a lifebuoy for your mind. But what about that sneaky last hindrance? Doubt. How do we tackle that?
The doubt always creeping in. That skepticism whispers, can I actually do this? Imagine you're wandering through a foggy maze without a map.
Yes, that doubt can be such a sneaky little fellow. But, how do we combat that doubt without getting too caught up in it?
A brilliant question. Deep study of the teachings is essential, balancing faith with wisdom, applying what you learn through direct experience, and don't forget about guidance. Think of it as having a trusted friend, giving you direction in that maze.
Oh wow, that makes so much sense. So it's like having a mentor or coach in any challenging situation like sports, where belief in the training can sometimes be just as important as the training itself, right?
Precisely. Maintaining continuous mindfulness is key. Instead of seeing the hindrances as permanent fixtures in your mind, you begin to recognize them as transient states. They're just clouds passing through.
Wow, what a shift in perspective. So rather than drowning in those hindrances, we can ride them like waves.
Exactly, you got it. With wise attention and consistent practice over time, we can weaken those hindrances drastically. It takes patience and practice, But the journey toward liberation is absolutely profound.
That's such an inspiring message. I never thought practicing meditation and overcoming distractions could be so, liberating. Thank you for breaking this down. It feels like I've got a map now,